chickens, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well and really excited because today we're going to make a start on our new Fun at the Seaside journal. Now I really am excited about this one. I'm going to be making, well, we are going to be making an accordion journal. Not something I've ever done before, but I have been working on a prototype, so that is really working out pretty well. So very warm welcome if this is your first time here. My name's Angela and yes, we're going to have some fun together. Right, now I've gathered the goodies together. I do have lots of homework for you this weekend. Remember, there won't be a video on Sunday for a good few weeks. I'm just sort of seeing how it goes with 2 days a week. So yeah, lots to keep you busy. Right, now the first thing, obviously you can use absolutely any kit to make this. You don't have to use mine. I'm using mine, which is called Fun at the Seaside. It's the journal kit. I've also got background pages kit, and what you're looking at here is my printed option, but of course they're digitals. So if you use US letter size paper, that's 8.5 by 11, or if you use A4, which is 8.25 by 11.75 inches, or you know, the metric version of that, I have it there for you. All right, you can use it in PDF, JPEG, printed, digital, it's all there. You'll find it all on my website, as long with my bundles and everything else that I'm going to share with you. All the tools that I've used, if I've bought anything new, so I have got a few things, I add them to my Amazon favorite tools so that it's easy for you to see the details of what they are. All right, so I've got a UK version and I've got a US version. So please go and take a look. Right, now let's get on to it. Right, so there is a lot that you need to gather. So I'm hoping that you get a piece of paper, pause the video and write down whatever it is that you need. I've given measurements where you need measurements and numbers where you need numbers. So here we go. Right, so for the printed kit, I always supply 40, well, different amounts of journal pages, but in this one, 14 of the large designer journal pages. And I print on the back of them so that you just slip them into your signatures. Now for this accordion journal, we are going to have, wait for it, 6 smaller signatures. All right, so we are going to take those 14 pages and I'm going to show you what I've printed on the back, but of course you can print whatever you would like on the back. All right, so let's have a look at that. These are the 14 double-sided printed pages I do, but if you've bought digitals, you can easily do this yourself. Right, so this is the first page. On the back of that, I printed the gingham in the red shade. And then with the nice deck chairs there, we have got the teal coloured gingham. Then with a nice... forgotten what those things are called. I used to call them the big wheel. Ferris wheel, that's it. I've got the beige pattern on there. And then this is the teal colour one on the back of the long line of beach chairs. Then with the lighthouse, we've got this pattern. I love this pattern. And then with the donkeys, we have this lovely floral pattern. Okay. With the little boys, aren't they adorable? We've got this pattern with the beige undertone. There's also one with a mint undertone, but this is this one. Then with these sweet little girls with their little hair, also neat. I've got the nice ocean seaweeds background. Then with these little girls, we have got the one with the seahorses and the coral. Yeah. With the little boys fishing there, one of my favorite pages, the fish with the background of this lovely pattern intertwined. Yeah. Then on this page here with the, you know, the writing page, I have put this page. Love that page too. And then with this one, with the beach hut, we have got the red version. Okay. Then there's just 2 more pages. We've got the stamps with the lighthouses here. That's got the stripes. This is the aqua stripes. And then this one with the starfish, we have got the red. All right, so those are your 14 pages, and I will show you next time how we are going to divvy those up into 6, and what else you're going to put in to make up your signatures. All right, so you need to print that. That's your first port of call. The other thing you need to do is take all the ephemera, back it if you back it. I like to back my tags onto card, and then my smaller tags and ephemera bits, I put them onto the, well, I usually use this paper. I use 160 GSM, so that's about 60 pound weight, but you can print this onto heavier cardstock if you want. So that's what I do with all of this. So this is your add-on kit, an ephemera kit, and I cut out all these goodies. This is the ephemera. I back that onto the same paper and I cut the lot out, which I have done. Where is it? Okay, so here's my ephemera all ready to go. I've cut the lot out, I've backed it, and it's all ready to go. The tags and everything are packed in there. I use the same little container every time. Then I have cut out, I've just got the spare one here. I did make one to a size, which I didn't actually put in my printed kit. I've cut out all of these bits, so the circles, the tabs. I've cut out all those smaller tags, the small tags, and I've backed them all. I've cut out all my little fussy cuts. There they all are in there. So that's those, and the flowers. Here are the flowers and all the starfish and everything. They're all in there. I did it all by hand. All right, so that's the first thing that you want to get all ready, so it's easy to do. The only thing that I haven't cut out yet are these pages here, so the bigger ones and that, because I'll get to that when I'm going to use those. So I've just put those on the top there. All right, so that's a big job as well. All right, so as far as the journal pages are concerned, you need those 14 that I showed you, and as I said, we'll divide those up. Then we are also wanting 6 sheets of a cream or neutral background page. We're going to use 6 of these. I've printed them double-sided. You can get these as a digital in my shop. They're the background pages, tea-stained, avo and lace pages, or I do a printed kit for this with the same tea, avo and lace stains, lace background pages. All right, so there's that. And then also on the tea stain pages, or coffee, if you use coffee, you want 12 sheets of this. Okay, this is an actual tea stain page, but I do have the digital that comes with this if you don't like to do that. All right, so 12 of these, 6 of these. Okay, then on the actual background pages now, which is a different digital, and I have it as a printed, where you get 2 sets of all of them. So that's 50 background pages, and believe me, you're going to use loads. You want to have 6 full single-sided sheets, 6 of them, and you also want to have 6 more that we're going to fold in half. So you want to print out loads of background sheets. I'm going to show you now what I have done with mine in a minute. When I get to the pages, you'll see exactly what I'm on about. So you're going to need quite a few of these, only printed on the one side. And then on the journal pages that I showed you that were printed on both sides, you're going to need 6 further journal pages that are just printed on the one side. All right, if you've got a printer kit, this is all in there. Okay, so there you go. Right, so that's quite a lot of pages. All right, so let me show you first of all with the background pages what you're going to need, and I'll have to go to this to make you understand. Right, we are going to cut out, using the background single-sided pages, we're going to cut out 8 of these. All right, now this is the measurement of the actual page. We're going to cut out this in cardstock. This is probably, it's not 160, this is probably 220 GSM. All right, so you're looking at about 80 pound weight there or thereabouts. You are going to layer it up with paper on each side, so it doesn't have to be too thick. we are going to need some thicker. So your 110 pound weight or your 300 GSM, you want to have a cover, 2 cover pieces. I'll give you the measurements shortly. Right, so 1 for the front and 1 for the back. So this is a bit firmer. All right, so you're going to have 8 of these. This measures, so what we're going to house our pages on. This measures, here we go, 8.5 inches by 6.25. Alternatively, that's 21.6 by 15.9. 8 of those in card. All right, then you want 2 of these in the thicker card, and you could use cereal box for this, guys. 8.5 times 6.25. All right, 21.6 by 15.9. All right, so the same measurements, just thicker, 2. Then we're going to use this. I've used this as a template, so you can use any kind of card for this. I've used this, and I'm calling this my paper linings template for this. So for example, if you're putting it on here, let's just get it on, you can see that it's just fractionally smaller all around. All right, that's the one I'm going to use to cut the backgrounds out to put on, to stick onto these. All right, so you want 14 of these, and I'm going to show you what they are in a minute. This now is just fractionally smaller than that. So where you've got the page and card 8.5, you're going to have 8 3/8. This one will measure. All right, and then where it's 6.25 this way, you now got your lining paper is 6 1/8. Right, so 21.3 by 15.6 centimeters. All right, there we go. So that's what you want to have there. All right, I know this is a lot of confusing information, but I'm hoping that if you pause and make some notes, it will make sense to you. All right, so yeah. Right, so this is the not so thick card. Well, it's cardstock, but not as thick as the cover. And I'm going to show you what you're going to use this template to cut out 14 separate ones in background designs, these designs. I'll show you what I've done. Of course, you can use anything that you want. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. And that'll get you all ready and prepped for our video next Tuesday. All right. So I did ink the covers and not the paper linings and the actual pages, not that one so much, because this is the one I use. I had afterwards, but I did ink them all like that around the edges. Okay, so that is what we're going to need. So 2 covers of the thicker card, 8 in the medium weight, and then lining pages, which this is our template. We're going to use 14 different designs from the background pages. Okay, hope that makes sense. Right, this is what I chose, and I found, sorry, by using this template, it was much quicker to get this cut out rather than measuring all those bits time and time again. Right, so these are the 14 backgrounds that I have cut. Some I've cut like this, if it's a one-way design. Others I've cut like that, and I'll show you what I mean. This is a one-way design. I cut it like this. It's slightly too short for the page, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do something with those, all right? So on the pages where you cut them this way, don't be too perturbed, because I will be putting a pocket or something down there. All right, so we've got that one. Then we've got this one. All right. We've got, this is a one-way design, so you can only really cut it like that. So I cut it like that. Don't worry that it's a little bit short. We'll sort that out. Then this one, also one way, so that's fine. This one as well, the blue. Then with the stripes, I've cut them lengthwise like that, so that you can get the full length. There's that. And then with the Seaside, I've cut it this way. I've cut one of the little boys. I'm going to use this for the back cover, so I've just cut one of the little boys. You can cut it from any picture one that you fancy. So I've got that. This one I've cut this way again. The stripes lengthways again. And this one, I think I've cut it lengthways because circles are circles. Then we've got the little seahorses that way. We've got the flowers. I think I cut it this way. And this I've cut this way. Right, you'll see if the picture's one-way design. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, but if it's a one-way design, you can rest assured I have cut it this way. All right. So that's what I've done there. So you want all of these. It adds up to 14 using your paper liner, the one that's slightly smaller. Okay, so that's what I've got there. Right, the other thing that I wanted you to grab and prepare is, and it doesn't have to be a pattern. I took this from my Christmas stash from, I think it was last Christmas. I had some red striped fabric, but probably easier if you don't have a pattern on it. So something like muslin or calico or something like that. Anything you have, even if it's old sheets, that's fine. Tea stain it if you want to. I made a rod for my own back here because I liked how this looked with this kit, with the red, but on the back it's plain, so I didn't want that. So I needed to double up. I'll have to double up when I use this, which is fine. But if you want to use a plain color, you won't have to. I'm going to use 14 strips. These measure, I think it's 1.5 inches. I just want to make sure. 1.5 inches wide. Okay, and the length of this is the length of your page or cover piece. All right, so it's the full length there. So 8.5 inches or 21.6 centimeters. So go and cut those ready as well. All right. We've talked about the ephemera, the fussy cuts. Oh, collect yourself some buttons and charms. Always like to use buttons and charms. I'll get to that now. And I will be using my exciting envelope templates for this. All right, so it's just the exciting envelopes. You can get it as a digital. I do it as a printed kit as well. So that is available there. Then, just as you remember, we've got this ultimate bundle for the fun at the seaside. So you've got your ribbon and your lace and your buttons and charms. So they are in here with the starfish and the shells and everything that are feathers and everything. Oh, oops. All right, so that's part of that ultimate bundle kit, and I have restocked it. So if you were wanting one of these, please go and pick it up. Now, this isn't part of this bundle, but if you can find some baker's twine in a color that will match, red, even mint green, anything like that, you don't need a whole roll. I have a whole roll. So we're going to use some of this as well. That's a lot of information. These are what I was talking about as far as the journal pages, the extra single-sided printed journal pages that we're going to need. But I think I'll show this to you once we are working on it, because I think it's going to just be too much if I go through all of this. It took me days to collect all of this stuff. So, you know, I don't want to make it confusing. Right, and then on the other little bits and pieces that I've gathered, this is stuff that I've had, and if I've bought it, I've added it to the Amazon favorites list because I did buy stuff from Amazon. This is just something that I have. It's like a little wave stencil. I thought I'd try it, but I quite fancy this stencil. I bought this one. It's a mask stencil. It comes from Marianne Designs. I have added it to my Amazon list. It's like foam, sea foam, and I just thought I'd add it to some of the pages in the actual signatures. All right, so anything that you have, guys, would be good. I got this, and it's a decor sort of stencil, and I've added this as well. This is a painting stencil, and it was really reasonable. And I really like the corals. I thought I could add bits of this to some of the pages as well. All right, and then here's a fish one. Two different fish designs in there. I thought I'd try some of that as well. So look at what you have, and I've tried to look for things that aren't so expensive. Now this isn't cheap. I like to collect these, and this is my treat for the month. I bought this one. It's called Fragments, and because we're doing vintage, I grabbed it out of my set there, just to put some little corner bits with these vintage fragments. I quite fancied it. So that, you don't have to have that, guys. It's just something that I gathered. All right, then on the distress ink side, you definitely don't need to have all of these, but I did pull out everything that I have. And after talking to Debbie, thank you, Debbie, I thought I'd share. Go and look at what you have. We have used this one before, Peacock Feathers, when we did the garden story. So you might have that. Mermaid Lagoon is one I've just bought. I quite liked it. Lumberjack Plaid, we've used this for Christmas. So that's a nice red. But I also have, and I haven't even used it yet, a fire brick. So you might have that. You don't need both, you just need one, all right, of the reds. Now I've got cracked pistachio, which I did buy, all right. I wanted a bit of a green, and I've got speckled egg that I've used from Little Ladies and things. So there's that. But I have actually ordered one called Salvaged Patina and Broken China. Now, I'm not going to use all of these, guys, but you just want to have maybe one or two for your stencils, maybe three. I definitely want a red because I like the contrast of the red with these colors. I like it. And then I'll probably just have 2 or 3 of these. All right, so go and see what you have first of all, and if you want to treat yourself, then fair enough. All right, so we want to have some distressed ink. Well, I've got a whole list of stuff here. Talked about that. Oh, the die cuts. Right, so I found, and this is available in the US and the UK, hopefully it's in Canada as well, a really cheap metal die. This one here. I have added it to the Amazon favorites. I think this is $2.50 or £3 in the UK. And it's a sort of different corals and a shell that you can cut out, and here I have done it. All right, so this is really reasonable, and I just love this. I was just playing around with it earlier because I've got like this mint color, then this light blue and a little bit of the red, and I thought, oh, how lovely wouldn't that look if I then stuck a little starfish or something on one of the pages, you know, because I love decorating the pockets and things. So here's a really inexpensive die if you have a die cut machine, as I say, and I've added it onto the Amazon favorites. Really nice and not too big. Perfect. So I've used a couple of colors here. I'll tell you what they are. I chopped the top off to tell you. Oh, put the glasses on, Angela. I've got 2 pairs on my head as usual. So we have, I've used basil, all right, or basil. This is classic red. I used this at Christmas. Then I've got Caribbean Breeze, and I used this in the garden story, so that's perfect. And you can just see how nicely they work together now. This one's called Artesian Pool, this one. But again, have a look at what you have, guys. You've got these. If you've been following me, you probably have a lot of these from previous ones. This one was from Little Ladies. It's called Wildberry Pie. Then we've got this one, Ocean Breeze. I used that with the garden story. I didn't buy any of these this time. That's what I had. And this one's Turquoise Mist. All right, so those are the sort of colors that we're going for. Please go and have a look in your old scrapbook, cardstock stuff. I'm sure that all the pad, you know, the brights and the pastels, you can see what you have there. I had these from previous projects, so luckily I was just able to pull them out, and I've used that one there. I did actually order, but I'm waiting on it. It's only going to come on Monday. I did order a Sizzix one called Ocean Wreath. All right, and that's got a crab. I wasn't really interested in the crab, although it had beautiful coral and starfish. in there, so I'm waiting for that one to come in. So I haven't really bought too much other than really reasonable dye. One, I think I bought 2 or 3 oxides, and yeah, I bought that stamp, but not necessarily for this. I tend to go with the same things, so do go and have a look at what you guys have. And if you're wanting to buy a few things, you know, I don't have every single distress oxide. I tend to go with certain ones. I'm building them up, but you know, I buy 1 a month or maybe 2 every 2 months, really, if I need it. But I always go and look at what I have first. All right, so that's that. I think that's about it. I've got a couple of stamps coming as well, you know. One of them was called, it's a Stampers Anonymous. It's one that's called Blueprints number 6. They're little starfish. It's got a combination of holiday ones. You get different blueprint ones, but this one's number 6. I hope you can find it. It's not easy to get hold of. I'm waiting for that to arrive on Saturday. So I did buy myself a few things, but I've never done a Seaside journal. I'm so excited about this one. I think this format is going to be one we want to do again. All right, everybody, that's a lot to keep you busy. You've got lots to do. We're going to have fun with this on Tuesday. I've already designed the cover and I can't wait to share it with you. But we're going to have lots of fun. We're going to have, this is going to close. It's not going to be a gator mouth. We're going to have a fair amount of writing space, but we're going to decorate it beautifully, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So I hope that you're excited to join me. All right, go and have a fab weekend, and I will see you all very soon on Tuesday. Keep busy now. Bye-bye.